The same winter sun that dances on the northern snow sprawls indolently at ease in the thick white dust of El Camino del Norte, Old Mexico. This is the hour of siesta, when the road belongs to the dust devils and the little brown lizards. Lying here in the shade of a pepper tree, a man can drowse and dream the strangest stories ever dreamed. If only that bee would stop buzzing. Or is it a hornet? No, it's only a small boy berating a disreputable-looking donkey.
A donkey? A donkey you call yourself, estupido. A fine animal with a stout leg on each corner, a handsome tail to shoo off the flies, and two beautiful ears to point the way you are going. And what do you do with these wonderful things the good God has given you? Nothing at all.
Pablo.
You are a disgrace to all the donkeys of Mexico.
Hey, Pablo.
See? Oh, buenos dias, senor.
Look, it's much too hot for all that commotion.
But this donkey...
What's the matter with him? What's he done?
He has done nothing, but nothing. Nothing is all he ever wants to do.
Wise animal.
Here it is, but 2 days before Christmas, when a load of wood could be sold in the village to buy gifts and a candle. But does he care? No.
Well, there's no use getting upset about it. A donkey's a donkey. They're all alike.
See, ungrateful and stubborn.
Oh, no, you're wrong there, Pablo.
Yes, but...
I know, sure, everybody says they are. And they beat them and curse them and call them stupid. The trouble is, they don't know the truth about little donkeys.
No? And what is the truth?
Well, it's not stubbornness at all, no, sir. Why, it's pride that makes donkeys so, well, kind of aloof.
Aloof?
That's right. Sun, rain, good luck, bad luck, what does it matter? Their pride is a shield against anything that man or the elements can do to them.
I don't see what a donkey has to be proud of.
Oh, he has. Yes, indeed. You see, a long, long time ago, a great honor came to one of them. An honor so great that it lifted him and all other donkeys to a place that you or I or all the world might envy.
I do not envy this donkey.
Well, you should. You know why?
Why?
Because of all animals and of all men, he's already fulfilled his destiny.
What is destiny?
Well, it's the reason for people being born or things created. Come on, bring your donkey over here in the shade. I'll tell you about it.
Si, senor. Come on, Cupido.
Hey, listen, Pablo, did you hear that? Only a donkey can make that sound with his hoofs on the stones of the road. Come on, lead him over here and listen to it. You see, Pablo, once upon a Christmas Eve, there was a small donkey. He was 14 unhappy years old, and he'd worked hard and long for at least 14 masters.
He was a valuable animal, senor?
Oh, no. And he wasn't much to look at. He was battered and scarred. His tail was like a piece of rope unraveled down at the end. Yes, and one of his ears stood straight up like a cactus plant. But the other one hung down like a wilted cabbage leaf. And on top of that, his off hind leg had a limp.
What was his name?
Oh, they just called him the small one.
Small one?
That's right. His latest master was a woodcutter, who also owned 4 younger, and therefore stronger donkeys.
Was the woodcutter kind to him?
His son was. It was this boy who took care of Small One, made sure there was dry straw for his bed, and that the loads of wood weren't too heavy for Small One's back.
I guess the boy and the old donkey were what we call amigos.
Right. Close amigos. Well, one morning the woodcutter called his son to him, and he said,
Son?
Yes, Father?
Son, I want you to take this donkey, the one you call Small One, to a shop just inside the town gates. They'll give you a piece of silver in exchange for the animal.
You don't mean you're going to sell Small One?
He can no longer do his share of the work.
Yes, but...
Even when carrying half the load of other donkeys, his worn-out legs tremble and his sides heave like a bellows.
But he'll be strong as the others soon. Just give him but a few
An
weeks.
old donkey is of no use. One day he'll drop dead on us up in the hills, a total loss.
Yes, but he's mine.
The shop you will take him to is the second on the left as you pass through the town gates.
But the second shop is the tanner's.
His hide may be old, but it'll make good leather.
But you can't do that to him. He's worked so hard. He's been so faithful.
Come now. No crying over a miserable old donkey. Hurry now. Be off with you. Yes, and take good care not to lose that piece of silver on the way home.
Well, Pablo, that small boy and his small donkey made a pretty sorrowful picture as they traveled along the road to town. People along the way wondered why the boy was crying. You see, they couldn't know that the small one's hoofs on the road repeating out the words, "Going to the tanner's. Going to the tanner's."
That was very bad.
Yes, it was. Well, it was early afternoon when the small boy and his small donkey went through the town gates. It was market day, and all at once the boy remembered there was a horse market in the square. Why, if he could sell Small One to some new and kind master, the little donkey wouldn't be killed, and yet his father would still have the piece of silver. And so, holding tight to Small One's rope and with his face streaked with dust and tears, the boy hurried to the horse market.
$60 is the bid. 60 for a mare so fine that naught but princes ever sat her back. Strong of limb, sound of wind. Who'll make it 65? Look at that proud head. See that flowing mane. Do I hear 65?
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to buy a fine donkey?
What is it you want, boy?
This donkey. He's for sale. The price is very cheap. Only one piece of silver.
That bag of bones? Ha! Go on, go away, or I'll take a stick to both your backs.
$70. The bid is $70. Do I hear more? 70 once, 70 twice. Sold for 70 pieces of silver. A fine bargain, my friend. Now, who has the next animal? Step up, please.
Please, sir, would you try and sell this small donkey?
Go away, boy.
He's a very fine animal and not nearly as old as he
I
looks.
told you to go away.
He's terribly strong and he eats very little.
This is a horse market. We've no time to waste on donkeys.
But a small donkey would take such a small time.
All right. All right, my boy, if you insist. My friends, a great bargain I have to offer you. The proud owner terms it a donkey. But being truthful, I would call it an animated pile of shaking bones.
No, he isn't. He's strong.
Observe how the moths have been at the hide. And the tail, is it a tail? I think it's the stub of a broom worn out from sweeping the courtyard.
Don't say those things about him.
Yes, a true museum piece, my friends. Moldy with age and loose in the joints.
He's not like that at all.
Ah, but we mustn't laugh, my friends, because its owner assures me that this animal is fine enough to share a stall with the king's horses.
You can't make fun of him like that. He's a fine donkey, and he does belong in a king's stable. Yes, and maybe someday that's where he'll be.
All right, boy. Take your donkey and move along. We've got business to attend to. And now, my friends, that we've had our fun and disposed of the king's donkey, I have another animal here. A very fine-
Well, the little boy and the little donkey left the marketplace, Pablo. The afternoon was slipping by. And the long shadows on the street told him that before long he'd have to start for home. And when he got there, he must have the piece of silver to give to his father. He tried stopping people along the street. He went from door to door, but no one in all the town seemed to want to buy a small, tired donkey. The sun was going down when he got back to the town gates. His hot tears fell on the small one's back, and the little donkey's head drooped so low that his limp ear almost touched the ground. And then, just as the boy was leading Small One up the path to the tanner's door, a voice spoke to him.
My son,
Yes? Yes, sir?
I have a great favor to ask you. Are you the owner of this small donkey?
Oh, yes, sir.
I have a long journey to make. My wife is not well. I have great need of a strong and gentle animal to carry her safely.
Well, Small One is very strong and very trustworthy.
I can see that. Would you sell him to me?
Oh, yes, sir. And the price is only one piece of silver.
1 piece of silver?
Is that too much?
Oh, no. A very reasonable price for such a beautiful animal.
Well, I guess he's not really beautiful, but he's good.
Yes, I believe you. And I'll be kind to him, I promise you. Here's your piece of silver. Come, Small One.
Do you mind if I come as far as the town gates? You see, Small One and I...
Not at all. You'll want to say goodbye to him, of course. You can do that while I see my wife safely on his back. Here we are. Easy now, small one.
Goodbye, Small One. It isn't forever, you know. When I grow up and earn many pieces of silver, I'll buy you back. Won't that be wonderful, Small One?
All right, my son. We're ready to go.
Wait, traveler.
Yes, soldier?
I must make out the record before you can pass through the town gates. Who are you?
My name is Joseph.
And your wife?
They call her Mary.
Your destination?
Bethlehem.
Fast, traveler.
Come, small one.
Goodbye, Small One. Be very gentle and sure of foot. And carry her safe to Bethlehem.
And so Pablo the Small One passed through the town gates and plodded the many weary miles to Bethlehem. And there in a stable, which became a king's stable, he saw a king born. A king of men, of centuries, of life, of death. Yes, and the small one's tired old eyes saw the shepherds and the wise men who came to pay homage to his small master. And he heard the voices of angels rejoicing. And the notes they sang were the very same ones his own hoofs had rung out on the stones of the road. And then it came to pass that all those who had laughed at his ragged coat and his limping gait and his drooping ear, they all envied the small one, for he had become a part of a great miracle. Oh, all this was a long, long time ago, Pablo, but you know, even today, all small donkeys, they stand and dream. Especially at Christmas time. Dream of the small one. The small one of Bethlehem.
Adestes, Fideles, Leti triumphantes, venite, venite, in Bethlehem. Natum videte, regem angelorum, venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus, Dominum. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come. let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the
High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes he had 2 bright sapphires, and a large ruby glowed on his sword hilt. He was very much admired indeed. One night, there flew over the city a little swallow on his way south to the pyramids in Egypt. He stopped when he saw the statue on the tall column.
I will put up here for the night. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. I have a golden bedroom.
Just as the swallow prepared to go to sleep, a large drop of water fell on him.
What a curious thing. There's not a single cloud in the sky, and yet it's raining. The climate here in the north is really dreadful.
Then another drop fell.
What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? I must look for a good chimney pot.
But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw, what did he see? The eyes of the Happy Prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks.
Who are you?
I am the Happy Prince.
Why are you weeping then?
When I was alive and had a human heart, I did not know what tears were. My courtiers called me the Happy Prince, and happy indeed I was, if pleasure be happiness. Now that I am dead, I am up here so high I can see all the ugliness and all the misery of my city, and though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep.
What? Is he not solid gold?
The swallow said this to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks out loud.
Far away in a little street, there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. She is embroidering passion flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the Queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking for oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so he's crying. Swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal, and I cannot move.
I am waited for in Egypt. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers.
Swallow, little swallow, will you not stay with me for one night and be my messenger? The boy is so thirsty, and the mother is so sad.
It is very cold here, but I will stay with you for one night and be your messenger.
Thank you, little swallow.
So the swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. How wonderful the stars are, and how wonderful is the power of love.
I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball. I have ordered passion flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy.
He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging to the masts of the ships. And at last he came to the poor house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired. In he hopped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Then the swallow flew back to the Happy Prince and told him what he had done.
It is curious, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold.
That's because you have done a good action.
And the little swallow began to think, and then he fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath.
Tonight, I go to Egypt.
The swallow was in high spirits at the prospect. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince.
Have you any commissions for Egypt? I'm just starting.
Swallow, will you not stay with me one night longer?
I am waited for in Egypt.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow. Far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers. He's trying to finish a play for the director of the theater, but it's too cold to write anymore. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger has made him faint.
I will wait with you one night longer. Shall I take him another ruby?
Alas, I have no ruby now. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphires which were brought out of India 1,000 years ago. Pluck out one of them and take it to him. He will sell it to the jeweler, buy firewood, finish his play.
Dear Prince, I cannot do that.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, do as I command you.
So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the student's garret. It was easy enough to get in, as there was a hole in the roof. Through this he darted and came into the room. The young man had his head buried in his hands, so he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wings. And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire.
I am beginning to be appreciated. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play.
The next night, the swallow flew back to the happy prince.
I am come to bid you goodbye.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow. Will you not stay with me one night longer?
It is winter and the chill snow will soon be here. In Egypt, the sun is warm on the green palm trees. My companions are building a nest in the temple of Baalbec.
In the square below, there stands a little match girl. She has let her matches fall in the gutter, and they are all spoiled. Her father will beat her if she doesn't bring home some money, and she is crying. She has no shoes or stockings, and her little head is bare. Pluck out my other eye and give it to her, and her father will not beat her.
I will stay with you one night longer, but I cannot pluck out your eye. You will be quite blind then.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, do as I command you.
So the swallow plucked the prince's other eye and darted down with it. He swooped past the match girl and slipped the jewel into the palm of her hand. Then the swallow came back to the prince.
You are blind now, so I will stay with you always.
No, little swallow, you must go away to Egypt.
I will stay with you always.
And he slept at the prince's feet. All the next day he sat on the prince's shoulder and told him stories of what he had seen in strange lands. He told him of the red ibises who stand in long rows on the banks of the Nile and catch goldfish in their beaks. Of the Sphinx, who is as old as the world itself and lives in the desert and knows everything. Of the king of the mountains of the moon, who worships a large crystal. Of the great green snake that sleeps in a palm tree and has 20 priests to feed it with honey cakes. And of the pygmies who sail over a big lake on large, flat leaves and are always at war with the butterflies.
Dear little swallow, you tell me of marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of men and women. There is no mystery so great as misery. Fly over my city, little swallow, and tell me what you see there.
So the swallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful houses, while the beggars were sitting at the gates. He flew into dark lanes and saw the white faces of starving children, looking out listlessly at the black streets. Then he flew back and told the prince what he had seen.
I am covered with fine gold. You must take it off leaf by leaf and give it to the poor.
Leaf after leaf of the fine gold the swallow picked off, until the happy prince looked quite dull and gray. Leaf after leaf of the fine gold the swallow brought to the poor, and the children's faces grew rosier, and they laughed and played games in the street. Then the snow came, and after the snow came the frost. The streets looked as if they were made of silver. They were so bright and glistening. Long icicles like crystal daggers hung down from the eaves of the houses. Everybody went about in furs, and the little boys wore scarlet caps and skated on the ice. The poor little swallow grew colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. He loved him too well. He picked up crumbs outside the baker's door when the baker was not looking and tried to keep himself warm by flapping his wings. But at last he knew that he was going to die. He had just enough strength to fly up to the prince's shoulder once more.
Goodbye, dear prince. Will you let me kiss your hand?
I'm glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow. You have stayed too long here.
It is not to Egypt that I'm going. I'm going to the house of death. Death is the brother of sleep, is he not?
And he kissed the happy prince on the lips and fell down dead at his feet. At that moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue, as if something had broken. The fact is that the leaden heart had snapped right in two. It certainly was a dreadfully hard frost. Early the next morning, the mayor was walking in the square below in company with the town councilors. As they passed the column, he looked up at the statue.
Dear me, how shabby the happy prince looks. And here is actually a dead bird at his feet. We must really issue a proclamation that birds are not to be allowed to die here.
So they pulled down the statue of the happy prince and melted it in a furnace.
We must have another statue, of course. And it shall be a statue of myself.
Of myself. Of myself.
Of myself,
said each of the town councilors, and they quarreled. When I last heard of them, they were quarreling still.
What a strange thing,
said the overseer of the workmen at the foundry.
This broken lead heart will not melt in the furnace. We must throw it away.
So they threw it on a dust heap, where the dead swallow was also lying. Bring me the two most precious things in the city, said God to one of his angels. And the angel brought him the leaden heart and the dead bird. You have rightly chosen, said God. For in my garden of paradise, this little bird shall sing forevermore. And in my city of gold, the happy prince shall praise me.
Tell me, do you love me? Tell me softly, sweetly as of old. Tell me that you love me, for that's the sweetest story ever told. Tell me, do you love me? Whisper softly, sweetly, as of old. Tell me that you love me, for that's the sweetest story ever told.
Oh, answer me a question, love, I pray. My heart for you is pining day by day. Oh, answer me, my dearest, answer true. Hold me close as you were wont to do.
Whisper once again the story old, the dearest, sweetest story ever told.
Whisper once again the story old, the dearest, sweetest story ever told.
Tell me softly, sweetly as of old. For that's the sweetest story ever told.
Tell me that you love me. Whisper softly, sweetly as of old.
Tell me that you love me, for that's the sweetest story ever told.